Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. So, if you've ever stopped to wonder exactly how the massive, incredibly complex world of aquaculture and commercial fishing actually stays sustainable and, well, productive, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're mapping out the complete, step-by-step roadmap to becoming a Fisheries Development Officer, or FDO. By the end of this, you'll have a crystal clear picture of what this journey actually looks like. Let's get right into it.
Here's our roadmap for today. First up, the role and you. Second, your educational pathway. Third, institutes and funding options. Fourth, work, salary, and schedule. And finally, career growth and impact.
All right, section 1, the role and you. Let's figure out what the job actually is. So, what does an FDO actually do on a day-to-day basis? Well, think of it this way. You are essentially the architect of aquaculture for your entire region. Your main role revolves around identifying, planning, and getting fishery development projects off the ground. But honestly, it's way bigger than that. An FDO coordinates across 3 massive sectors: harvesting, processing, and marketing. You're not just out there catching fish, you're literally managing the entire life cycle of the industry, from the water all the way to the supermarket shelf. It's an incredibly dynamic role that really requires a big picture mindset. Now for the crucial question, does this actually sound like you? There are 4 core personality traits that make a successful FDO. First off, you gotta love working outdoors. You definitely won't be chained to a desk all day. Second, you need to genuinely enjoy analyzing and solving really complex ecosystem problems. Third, you've gotta be a bit of a science geek, specifically when it comes to biology and chemistry. And fourth, you have to be a team player, because you'll be coordinating with everyone from local fishermen to top government officials. So ask yourself right now, do those sound like your traits? If the answer is yes, let's look at how you actually get there. Moving right along to section 2, your educational pathway. Okay, so here are the concrete steps to academically qualify for the role. It all starts with your 10+2, and you absolutely have to be in the science stream. Physics, chemistry, and biology are non-negotiable here. From there, the path kind of branches out. Option 1 is getting a bachelor's degree, a BSc in either industrial fish and fisheries, zoology, or just general fisheries. Option 2 is going for a Bachelor of Fisheries Science, a BFSC, which people often follow up with a master's, an MFC, specializing in cool areas like aquaculture or fish processing. And option 3 is knocking out a diploma in aquaculture management. Now, one really important heads up. If you're taking that BFSC route, you're going to have to clear specific state-level entrance exams, so you definitely want to plan ahead for that. Next up, section 3, institutes and funding options. Let's talk about where to go and how to pay for it. When you're looking at where to actually study, the sheer variety of institutes across the country is honestly amazing. The accessibility here is fantastic. You've got these highly prestigious government institutes, like Holkar Science College in Madhya Pradesh, or the Fisheries College and Research Institute in Tamil Nadu. Then there's a whole bunch of private options stretching all the way from Kerala up to Uttarakhand. But maybe the coolest part, if you need flexibility, there's even a distance learning route through IGNOE, the Indira Gandhi National Open University. Basically, the infrastructure to learn this stuff is totally there waiting for you. Let's talk numbers. The approximate course fee is going to range anywhere from just under 5,600 rupees all the way up to 4 lakh rupees. I know, that top number might give you a bit of sticker shock, but please don't let that scare you off. The reason that range is so huge is just the difference between heavily subsidized government programs and the private institutes. And the really good news is that there is some incredibly robust financial aid available to help you out. Let's look at exactly what that entails. Funding your education is totally manageable once you know where to look. For scholarships, your absolute first stop has to be the National Scholarship Portal. It's this awesome hub that puts central, state, and merit-based schemes all in one place. If you're leaning towards loans, check out the Vijay Lakshmi portal. It's backed right by the Ministry of Finance and the Department of Higher Education, so it's super secure. On top of that, states like West Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar actually offer specific student credit cards with seriously low interest rates. And of course, regular education loans are available at pretty much any bank. The money is out there, you just have to go apply for it. All right, section 4, work, salary, and schedule. What does life actually look like once you get the job? Fast forward. You've graduated and got the gig. Where are you actually clocking in every morning? Well, like we talked about, you're not just stuck at a desk. You could be in high-tech central labs running water quality analytics. You could be right on the factory floor in fish processing industries, keeping an eye on production. Or you might be out in the field getting your hands dirty at aquaculture farms and hatcheries, managing the environments where the breeding actually happens. It's this really cool dynamic mix of lab science and hands-on fieldwork. As for the schedule, you're typically looking at 5 to 6 days a week, roughly 7 to 8 hours a day. Now, because agriculture and aquaculture are literal round-the-clock operations, you'll probably be dealing with a shift system depending on where exactly you work. And one thing I really love about this sector is how inclusive it is. There are genuine, fantastic opportunities for differently abled individuals to thrive across various roles here.
Okay, the big question, what's the paycheck look like? The approximate starting salary for an FDO right now sits between 30,000 and 42,000 rupees a month. Just keep in mind, these numbers are indicative and they do change over time. Plus, that's just your starting point. As you build up your experience and start climbing the ranks, that compensation is going to scale right up with you, which is actually the perfect transition to our final section.
Finally, Section 5, Career Growth and Impact.
Look, you don't just walk in and become the boss on day one. It's a ladder. You generally start out as a fieldman, which is where you learn the absolute basics of the aquatic environment on the ground. Next, you get promoted to a fish overseer, where you start taking on management duties. After that, you step up to fisheries officer. And finally, armed with all that crucial hands-on expertise, you reach fisheries development officer. Every single rung on this ladder is there to build your skills, so by the time you're an FDO, you know the industry inside out. To give you a real sense of what hitting that top level looks like, let's talk about Dr. Pradeep Kumar. He's a senior fisheries development officer in the government of India, and he's played a pivotal role in formulating schemes under the PMMSY, the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. This is big league stuff. It shows the incredible level of prestige and real-world governmental impact you can have. At the senior level, you aren't just doing a job, you are literally writing the policies that govern the entire nation's natural resources. And what does that impact actually look like? Well, Dr. Kumar's work covers managing aquatic ecosystems, innovating new fish breeding techniques, pushing for sustainable practices, and actually developing fisheries infrastructure across the entire country. Work like his directly boosts the productivity and the profitability of local fishing communities. Think about that. You are protecting the environment while at the exact same time boosting the economy. That is a seriously rare and powerful combo for any career. So, we've covered the whole shebang, from mastering the core science to eventually managing massive regional projects. Becoming a fisheries development officer is challenging, it's fast-paced, and it is incredibly rewarding. Which leaves us with just one final question for you today. Are you ready to step up, shape the future of sustainable aquaculture, and leave your own legacy? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next one.